I don't believe that women need to feel diminished in our gender identity just because there are other genders. I don't think my womanhood, my femininity, my role in society as a mother, I don't think any of those things are diminished by the fact that there are trans women, trans men, non-binary, intersex. I don't think any of those things diminish my role and my contribution to society. But I do think we need to have a proper conversation with some women who might think, yeah, hang on a second, like being a woman, being a female is a really important job in society and it shouldn't be downgraded, for want of a better way to put it. But it's not being downgraded. And so I think the way we have the conversation with women to absolutely assure them the fact that, generations ago there were two genders, there were two sexes. There still are two sexes, but today I think we probably have about 9 genders. And that doesn't diminish any other gender within the gender identity set. I think that's a conversation that we need to have with people, and it doesn't, particularly women, it doesn't make them more at risk or less at risk than they are today. But it certainly doesn't protect them by saying that, a trans female can't access the same spaces as other women. If we really believe today that men were going to go to the extent dressing up as women and changing their gender to get access to be violent towards other women, well, then I think we have an even far greater problem than the male violence that we have currently in all of our countries and jurisdictions.
What's up? Make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell up above for future uploads, and check out the links posted in the description down below as part of the channel. Thank you. Meath, we need to talk. This has been coming for a while, and Dublin and Meath have always been great rivals. But it's time to set down that rivalry for the moment and start talking to each other, because you badly need to start electing people that are fit for purpose and fit for the job. Your current track record of people that have been voted in has been quite bad. You've got a Justice Minister there in Helen McEntee, a person that is more interested in naughty words and offensive language, hate speech as they call it, than actual criminal behaviour. You've got a person there in the Justice Minister that is looking at a widespread invasion into this country, calling the undocumented, you mean people that have entered this country illegally, and you're giving them free stuff? That is something that is being done. You've also got a number of issues that have occurred in the last 2 years. In my opinion, probably one of the most criminal acts of all time, that in future they will look upon and say, how did people just let that happen? Nothing been done about that. But they're more interested in what you were saying. They're more interested in what Philip Dwyer is saying, asking questions. They're more interested in what Derek Bloig is saying. They're more interested in what Satirical Soldier is saying. As pointed out here, Cathal Crowe was very offended about stuff that Satirical Soldier had said before. This is a sitting TD. So that aside, you've also got Regina Doherty, a woman that believes there are 9 genders. Let me just say that again. Regina Doherty, a woman that believes there are 9 genders. That was covered in an article and indeed a video by Ben Scallon at Gript Media. I'm just going to say it once more, just to put it out there, because we all laugh at America, but we need to start looking closer to home. A woman in Regina Doherty that believes there are 9 genders. It's shambolic. You also now have Yemi, a woman that hails from Nigeria. A woman that came to this country and not once but twice was asked by Fine Gael to be part of their party, then goes on to Virgin Media and is talking about white privilege. Absolutely scandalous stuff. But this is the current setup of what is happening in this country, and this is another one. Now, I've no doubt in my mind that there'll be people that say, well, Fintan's a grand fella. I don't disagree. He probably is a nice fella, and he has some very solid accomplishments behind him. But what is going to happen, and I am telling you this now, because it has happened with the previous people that I've spoken about. Oh, you can't criticise Helen because she's a woman. Oh, you can't criticise Regina because she's a woman. Oh, these people are involved with P8 the House. Oh, they care so much. This is going to be the exact same playbook that they're going to use towards this here. And the reason why they are doing this, and indeed Cathal Crowe being one of them saying this, is to elicit a reaction. That is the exact reason why they are doing this. And the reaction that they're expecting from people is to be largely negative, because as we live currently in Clownland, most people would look at this situation in the past. If you spoke to someone from the 1950s, 1960s, and you showed them this, they'd say, what's happening here? What's going on? But what it's ultimately about is to use something to shield from criticism. And they have used that before with being a woman. They're going to use it in the future with the likes of Yemi because of her skin colour. It's already out there. It's happening in America. It's very easy to see it. And this is going to be another one that they're going to use. And that's why I feel somewhat sorry for Fintan here, because he is going to fall victim to this sort of stuff. Oh my God, Fintan, I can't believe they said that about you. This is the type of stuff you're going to see. So Meath, you need to have a very serious and hard look at yourself. And what you need to do is you need to start electing based patriots. Where are the based patriots in Meath? Meath, a fine county with fine people, and they're all in the missing list now. Look at what's being elected and representing your county. It's an absolute shambles. Now, we always like to leave these things as a laugh, so enjoy the sound, because here we are in Clownland.